How's everybody doing?
Hey.
What's up?
Not much, not much.
All right.
What's up, D?
Hey, what's up?
Dennis there?
Yeah,
I'm here.
yeah. So we
Still can't get my picture up.
yeah, still can't see Dennis, huh?
No, can't see me. Can you hear me
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Like Teddy Riley, man. We can't see you, brother.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Was everybody trying to tune in to hear Teddy Riley and Babyface, and they was having audio issues, I guess.
Is that what it was? Audio?
Yeah, couldn't nobody. You could see him, but you couldn't hear him.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
they did it again last night, and it was a half-hearted effort. It was good while it lasted, but they had five, bro. What happened was they broke Instagram. They had 500K.
Oh,
I looked up at that ticker. I was like, man,
here we
they
go.
ain't gonna let you black folks on there too long doing that.
Yeah.
Boom,
Hey,
blew it
they
up.
was jamming though, bro. They was jamming, man. And that thing got to be a dumpster fire after a while. It was like no more.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah.
Put it out. Shucks.
Man, y'all looking at the market. Who all wish they would have waited till Tuesday to do something?
I know it, man. Everything was red.
Man, look at, I don't know what to do with this stuff, so I'm just biding my time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. We get a little taste of it. Maybe we'll see what tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, the rest of this week will pick up a little bit.
Oh, it's probably gonna reverse a little bit. I'm interested to see because it's been trading under the 200. Delos, you saw that for Boeing has anyway.
Yeah.
But it finally broke back through. Now it's trading on top.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's gonna. I think it's gonna end well.
Oh yeah.
Roku may come down. I think Roku tomorrow may lose another $8 or $9.
Oh wow.
Think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. I know you said that. Yeah, you said that the RSI was pretty high. It was probably going to start dropping.
Yeah.
And I hope they do, so my option will expire.
Right. You hey Dennis, wouldn't that be crazy? You'll still end up owning them.
Well, I could pick up like $2,100 though if they. So,
Yeah, it ain't gonna hurt.
Yeah.
either way, it's good.
Yeah, brother.
Gerald sent out something. I'm just waiting on Chuck, but Gerald sent out something. Don't nobody touch that.
Don't nobody touch that, man.
Don't nobody touch that. Now, hey, they'll
man.
pull it up.
You kidding, man? Really?
Them premiums look excellent, but that whatever that is, it's been trading at like $16, $18 for months and months and months and months. So yeah, I don't know what, I guess Gerald said because the crude is low that it drove whatever that fund is up, but typically that fund not trading like that. Like that fund is
Man, that fund, listen. That fund, I don't even know if it checked one of your fundamental analysis boxes. I don't even know if it checked one box, Tony.
I was sitting there like,
Hey,
what?
Chuck's still on the kitchen floor, passed out from it. That's where he.
Chuck saw the premium and passed out. He's still down there. Hey, Dennis, there you go.
Oh yeah.
There you go, Dennis.
Hey.
Take a sword over there and keep hitting buttons, man.
Hey, he hit enough buttons, huh?
Yeah, I see. Sure.
What happened, man?
Yeah.
We're gonna see if my little brother joins us today. Chuck, Gerald, did you send him an invite, Gerald?
No, Chuck said he was going to talk to him. We'll circle back around to Billy or something. He said he was going to talk to him.
Okay, he was just gonna sit in. I thought he was gonna sit in and just watch today.
Chuck told me he was going to talk to him, or he said he was going to get back to him. So we canceled. He said just cancel the.
Okay, it's canceled. Okay. Yeah, no. Chuck said he was gonna work since he was a little bit behind. Because he called me the other day. I just told him to set up a TD Ameritrade account, and I guess he got a Dummies for Options book. He was reading his book, the Dummies book. He was reading that.
Oh yeah.
But Chuck said he'll catch him up to speed.
Okay, yeah. Chuck had probably more information then.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I told him he might as well get aboard, man, and come on and join us here. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Chuck like 3 more minutes. Chuck either sleep during class, skipping class, or just
running out on class.
Run out of class. Yeah, he just don't show up.
I think you just need to give him an F, man, or kick him out of class.
Yeah.
Hey, Gerald, you got your appointment for the barbershop Monday?
Man, no, bro.
They
out here, bro. They out here losing their mind, man. I'm sitting here. I just watched Dummy in Charge here try to backpedal and skate around all them questions about opening up these salons and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he ain't got no answers, man. They fact checked him right afterwards, like they always do.
Yeah, I was looking at all the other major mayors. I guess the other black female in Atlanta and Augusta, Albany, and Savannah. You know, they were talking against it and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
they say, look,
yeah.
They say it's all in the city. That's in black people that's dying. I'm out in the rural areas.
Yeah.
And, let them black people die if they want to run out there and do it.
You know, they're gonna be out there at the barbershop and hair salon and partying and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they shouldn't do that. It's gonna turn into a little New York City thing going on.
Yeah.
I say let them go.
Yeah.
And
then they Jamil had pulled up some statistics that say the little hospital by our house only got 64 beds. I'm like, damn. It ain't enough. It ain't enough. If a subdivision gets sick, we're in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Well, look at the black folks here have been getting together on the riverfront about 1, 2, or 3 in the morning, and the white folks been going down to South County, Ronnie's Theater. So it's just crazy, man. Fucking lots full, man.
Yeah.
Really.
Craziness.
I'm keeping my butt in the house.
Yeah.
And don't mention the automatic weapons, the white boys with the automatic weapons.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Bruh. Let us execute our rights like that and see what happens.
Yeah.
You be hearing all kind of stop resisting. Ain't nobody resisting, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, stop resisting. Yeah.
Why did the cop just say stop resisting?
Right. He ready
to moving. Rodney, stop moving.
Yeah. He ready
to
try out the moves that they showed him on that tape in the academy.
Yeah. Hey, did Trump cancel that meeting with Cuomo? They were supposed to meet together at the White House. Did Trump cancel that?
They met.
They didn't. Okay, I thought he had canceled it or something. So
no, they met. He was talking about that today.
Okay. Yeah.
Cuomo probably made him take low because Trump is a bully, man. You get him fake.
Oh yeah.
He gonna punk out.
Oh yeah. But Cuomo from New York too. Both of them from New York. Cuomo ain't. Yeah.
But Cuomo ain't no. He's out there. He ain't no sissy.
Oh yeah. Cuomo will tell you.
Man, listen. Cuomo's reports.
Yeah.
Cuomo's reports have been making Trump look like a third grader. He's been coming out there with the visual aids from day one, speaking directly to the people.
Yep.
Ain't no fear, just facts.
Yep.
Compassion.
That's why Trump started having, because Cuomo was having his daily briefings, and that's what I was saying when he first started. I said the president should be doing this stuff. So I guess he said, "Oh, Cuomo's trying to show me up. I better have some briefings." Yeah.
Well, Trump has used his for a campaign. He's oversaturated himself.
Talk
about he's put the little dog whistles out there for his base, like liberate.
Yeah.
So man, come on, man. We all see right through what he's doing.
Yeah.
And then he's like the gatekeeper. You see, the gatekeeper. One time he wouldn't even let Tony Fauci speak. Man, the guy asked Fauci a question, and Trump jumped out there and was like, "We just answered that. He's not going to answer that."
Well, they're not even. They're not letting the brother, the Surgeon General, speak now. Yep. Yeah. They stopped him from speaking.
Yeah, and Fauci ain't been there in he wasn't there today again.
Yeah, well, the female's been speaking bricks or whatever. She's been speaking a lot.
And that's because she controllable.
Well, she lost all credibility a long time ago, but she lost a lot more today. Because they asked her directly about Georgia. They said, "Can I speak to the doctor? Can you weigh in on this question?" And he asked her strictly about these salons. How you gonna enforce social distancing?
Tattoo parlors,
salons, parlors, and barbershops. And what do you think about that? Man, listen, she skated around there quicker than Deion Sanders backpedal.
But the governor say he knows it's going to be more deaths and stuff. He don't care, you know. So yeah,
It's about the dollar, man.
Yep.
It's at this
Yep.
point now. I think
Yep.
they missed their window.
Mhm.
Everybody was compliant at first,
Yeah.
and then they start showing these numbers on all these brothers dying. And white people like, look here, that's them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Open up the cities, let them die. We good. We'll figure it out. So
Yes.
it's gonna be some casualties, man. And they talking today like they said they anticipating a bigger spike up and more deaths in the winter coming up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, they said it's going to get worse. And
Yeah.
Trump's trying to keep it down to 60,000. They said, oh no, it's going to go way higher than that. You know.
Yeah, they already had a big spike in Florida after they opened up this weekend, the beaches and stuff.
Oh yeah, the beaches. Yeah, the beaches and
They had a
stuff.
big
Yeah.
spike in Florida.
Wow. Well, let's run it, man. Chuck come in on that. Maybe not.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna text you.
okay. All right. All right. So did everybody get they watch list? They five stocks?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Tony, I'll let you go first if
okay.
you want to
Okay.
share it. I'm about to write them down. Hold on.
All right. Yeah, like I say, I probably got some of the same ones you guys got, but one is Boeing. Like say, you know, I jumped in and got Boeing this week.
Okay.
That's one. And I was looking at Roku, you know, I talked to you about Roku. So Roku is another one that I've got.
Uh-huh.
And then Zoom, I kind of just recently added Zoom.
Okay.
And I had Starbucks on the list, but I crossed them out because their premiums weren't looking good. I like the company and the stock and stuff.
Right.
But the premiums, they just wasn't paying anything. So I kind of scratched
Anything.
them off the list.
Okay.
And the other two, Win, that was the first one I had.
When?
And then I just added Wayfair. Did the analysis and stuff for Wayfair, and it looks like everything looks pretty good for them. So I kind of added them to the list too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Dennis, what five stocks you looking at?
Well, you know, I live or die with Roku and Boeing, so
Mhm.
Yep, I got you.
Yeah.
that's my first two. And then when I heard about that Shake Shack move, that giving that 10 million back, I looked at the cash they had on hand, so I'm trying to track them.
Okay.
I was looking at Uber today, but man, they got to talking about Uber and Lyft, and you know, it just didn't look good.
Okay.
And I was looking at the American Airlines, well, United too, but American Airlines. So
Okay. All right, good deal. Hey G, what you got?
I like Boeing, BA.
Uh-huh.
I really like Gilead. Is it
Gilead.
Yeah, Gilead.
oh yeah, right.
The drug company. Yeah, that's
yeah,
another one.
I like what they're doing. And I got put onto them like last week when they had that issue and they tested 115
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
and 113 walked out of the hospital.
Yeah.
It's not FDA approved, but you know they've been around since HIV back in the day,
Yeah.
specializing at cardiovascular.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody heard about Abbott Laboratories?
Yeah, that's Delos and I was talking about that today. That was one of the top, but they skyrocketed out of nowhere though
Yeah,
But
with that
Yeah.
new test machine, that 5-minute machine.
right.
Yeah.
But Delos, you said you heard about them too, huh?
Yeah. So when they shared their machine with the president, he did like a little demonstration, but the owner of Abbott, CEO anyway, he was on CNBC and he kind of talked through you know how they can give test results back from the coronavirus in 5 minutes. And
Right.
so I guess, you know, it's got to get rolled out to a platform and get, you know, put out there in the mainstream and see if they start using them as tests. There was a company too, I was going to share it with you all, but I think I wrote it down wrong. Actually, I know I did. They have they have this at-home test that they're trying to roll out. So they're gonna start sampling it. I can go back. I taped Channel 46 from 8 in the morning till Jim Cramer go off. So I can go back and find it. But there's gonna be this at-home testing kit that they're gonna you're going to be able to get, I guess, soon. But Abbott is a good one to start looking at just to see how it trends though from here.
Yeah, I think some other drug companies too. I was looking at the Lilly and
Eli
Merck.
Lilly,
Merck, yeah, and Merck was another one. I think, yeah.
Okay. All right, Eli Lilly. Yep, I'm writing these down so we can talk to them.
Yeah, and Merck, yeah.
And Merck, yep.
But Gilead, yeah, I was looking at Gilead Sciences. Yeah, that was one, yeah.
Yep. So we got Abbott, Eli Lilly, and Merck. So Gerald, you got what other two? What other you got?
Other two, I like NVIDIA.
NVIDIA?
Yeah, NVIDIA.
Yeah.
And of course we've been on Play and RCL.
Play and RCL?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
And I added Ulta.
Jeanette adds Ulta.
Ulta Beauty?
Yeah.
Ulta's nice.
Ulta Beauty. If y'all go research Ulta Beauty, Ulta Beauty, they are really I didn't know they had all those products.
Oh yeah, Ulta.
But yeah, that's a company that you might want to go look at their investor relations page, see what they doing. That stock used to trade at $400.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna share my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sharing my screen now. Actually, I'm about to go to it. The stock symbol is ULTA.
Oh man.
If I go back to charts, I'm gonna go to I know I was looking at this just last year, so I bet you if I just go back to, I'll do a 1 year chart, and you can see it was right here. It was trading at $350. So you can go back and find the news on these little spikes like this. I'm not sure what happened that caused it to go from 350 to 250, but you can there's a way to go back and find what happened. You might they might even talk about it in their investor relations page. So I want to see what caused this little
in September.
Yeah, and it could be so prior to the coronavirus, Trump was messing with China, talking about, we got a deal coming, and so a lot of this stuff was fluctuating based on the fact that, he said, hey, I'm not let products come in from China. So he was causing the market to move too with some of his little crazy antics that he was doing. So I'll go back and I'll be able to talk about this on Thursday, what that was. But Ulta, like you can see here, Ulta was flying high, man. And then something happened, but then they still was above $100 from where they are today. This here happened in March, so we all know what this is, right?
Yeah.
We call it the corona dip. So if you go to the options on this, let's see. Now I don't know if you all noticed, right? So in the text I had put that I was gonna talk about exiting and entering and exiting and contract placement. So I'm gonna come back to this Ulta Beauty, but I want to show you all something. I'm gonna come back to this Ulta Beauty though, because that everybody needs to have that on their list. So everybody, I think, got in Boeing, right? So that's safe to say.
Yeah.
Everybody but Chuck. All right, so I know because I spoke to everybody on Monday. Monday came and we were all like kids in the candy store. You had your 50 cent and everybody got in line, right? Everybody feel like that on Monday.
Yeah.
So So if say I don't know what the strike points were. I think I just got Gerald's and Jeanette's what they went in, and I know obviously I did Dennis with him, and then Tony, I don't know what you went in at, but
Yeah, I went in at 140.
at 140, what do you know what you got? What was your contract premium price?
$360.
Okay, so look at what. Let me do all up here. Look at what if you would have just waited one day would have done to a 140. Look what it's paying now. 775.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw a suggestion out there, right?
Hmm.
And so I wanted to talk about how to roll in and out of a trade and contract placement. If you can afford to do 2 Boeing contracts, it's almost in your best interest to A, don't do it on Monday. B, stagger them. Don't put them in the same week, because let me show you what you could benefit from if you would have just held your money one day. Just hold your money one day and move one contract into the next week. You could have got a 130 strike point at $760 just by waiting one day. Do one contract on a Tuesday and roll your next contract into the following week. So we get sometimes we get we can't wait. The weekend feels like forever. Like your Saturday or Sunday now feels like it's 10 days long and you just chomping at the bit. But you gotta let the market kind of simmer a little bit, then plug yourself in and then stagger your trades. That way you can maximize your profits. When you go in first thing on Monday, you're kind of in a which I'm a segue into what I'm about to show you next. You're kind of running into a situation, and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna show you why I'm talking about this in particular, especially with all the people with all the Boeing option traders we got on the phone, is because you may possibly be leaving money on the table by just moving too fast on Monday. Just let it. So here's Tuesday, and here go the numbers, right? So you can kind of see, well, Tony, you got a nice premium, right? Don't get me wrong, $300, that ain't nothing to sneeze at, yeah. But you could have got, basically you could have came in here today and did a 134 and picked up 465. Yeah. If you was comfortable with 140 with the way that all the analysis was saying was going to happen to Boeing, I know you're comfortable on going into a Wednesday at 3 points back, or you could have did a 133 and grabbed 405.
Yeah.
So Delos.
Uh-huh.
So let me jump in here.
Okay.
This is the conversation that we were having, me and Jeanette, and I was.
Okay.
So I think I'm a little bit off base here, because it felt like waiting to Tuesday. Number one, I'm thinking, what was the term? Time depreciation.
Time decay.
Time decay.
Yeah.
So time decay doesn't happen until after Wednesday, or something like that, or when does time decay actually hit us?
You'll really start feeling the effect of time decay on a Wednesday. But let me tell you this, if Boeing was not as volatile, you'll feel time decay by the end of Monday or beginning of Tuesday. So depending on the volatility of the stock, and that's why I wanted you guys to pick 5 that you can watch like every day. That's your job. So we look at this and we like, well, oh, I can just do this from home and all that. Yeah, that's fine. It's still a little work, right? So the premium you collect is for your time spent studying things, but you want to have 15 on your list, but you want to have 5 that you kind of go to and kind of know. And so you want to get as close as possible to the movement, the irky jerky movement, because then if you understood what was going on, you won't be as scared as like, so for me, right? I'll place a trade, and I used to be like everybody else. I would sit there and I would damn near want to tie my phone to my head with a rubber band so I can see it all the time. But I had to get away from that because I was in the mode of like, man, I can't make no mistakes. And I'm thinking, no, if I just if I just move back a little bit. And so I would on Monday, just like everybody else, man, run right into the fire. I didn't even have anybody to tell me, hey man, school back, bro. I was always the kid that played in the street when everybody was coming home from work. While everybody was at work and the streets was clear, I was on the sidewalk. So I go jumping in to the market, and I was getting hit by a car once a night. The ambulance stopped picking me up. They just said, screw it. You know, you'll learn. So what I did was over time, you'll start to see Bowen kind of mature a little bit. Like it's kind of like Bowen is kind of like the biscuits, right? You gonna make the dough up on Saturday and Monday because you're doing your analysis and you're ready to go, but you want to let it rise a little bit, and that's gonna happen on Tuesday for the most part. And then what you want to do is on Tuesday, don't even throw it all in the same week. Go and grab a lower strike point at a higher premium for the following week. And that way, every week you got some action going on, and you're not caught in the same, you're not all caught up in the same week too. And your price points could be lower if you stagger them instead of having them all in the same week. You're going to collect the money all at the same time, so there's no need to wait to go to next week.
Yeah.
You just don't want to leave no money on the table if you don't have to.
Yeah.
That's
Like you were saying, you know, the weekend's kind of long there. You know, you do your analysis and stuff. And then, you know, you're ready. Monday comes, you're waiting for money to jump in. And I think I jumped in Monday. I kind of watched for a little bit, and I think I made my trade about 11 o'clock. But still, if I watched mostly during the whole day, I could have seen that the market was dropping. I could have held off until Tuesday. Yeah.
Well, but you know what else, Delos? There's something that's not being said as well. Because I totally see the strategy now, and I like that strategy. So it only takes us one time to make that error.
Right.
We ain't gonna be playing in the street when it's rush out.
Right.
But the thing that you didn't say is that even on a Tuesday, see, up until now, you've been talking about near the money and then some. So on a Tuesday, your example you just talked about, I would not, until I just saw this, I would not be good with the 134 strike. I'm completely fine with it after you explained it right now. But I would have came into Tuesday, because Jeanette and I had this conversation.
Okay.
I would have came into Tuesday saying, okay, where's it trading? All right, let's back up, get off. Near the money is 3, and then let's find a comfortable strike away from there.
Right.
But I don't necessarily have to, because I know the volatility of this, and 134 is probably that resistance level anyway, based on the last whatever weeks or whatever.
Absolutely. And you hit the nail on the head. And so I wanted to talk about it because 2 things happened to 2 of you this week. So I'm going to start with Gerald and Jeanette. So Gerald and Jeanette had placed a trade. If it was not for them going into the next week, they wouldn't have reaped the benefit of that Monday trade that they actually got to do. So there's a benefit of staggering trades and putting them off into another week, because the price is going to move, and the dynamic of that trade for the following week is going to also be unique. So Gerald and Jeanette, I'll let you all explain to the team what happened, how you all benefited from it, and then what you did after that.
What we did on Monday is we went into the following week and we did a strike point of, was it 140? I think it was 140, and we got 820 off of it. And then we did another one at a lesser strike point, and I believe we got 720 off of that one. So both of our strikes for Boeing are in next week.
Yeah, and what also happened was they had a trade on for the week before, but during the course of that week before the weekend came, the stock had rose so much that they were able to roll out of a trade before the week even started.
That's really right. And I think I talked to Chuck, and I was saying that was a good experience because Delos has always used the term, I heard, when the stock runs away from you. And I mean, I understood what that meant. I mean, it's like the stock is getting higher than the price point that you bought in at.
Mm-hmm.
But I never really could like know what did that mean in my mind. Like, what's the definition? Is it 5 away? Is it 6 away? Is it 4 away? What's that definition mean? But then when we actually rolled out of it, I was like, oh, okay, it's all about the math. Mm-hmm. So, you know, maybe I was a little bit slow in getting that, but I got it now. Mm-hmm. It's about the math. We came in, and since the stock is running away from you or getting higher, then the stock that we own is getting more and more worthless. It's pennies on the dollar, so to speak. So it makes perfect sense to roll out of it, which means pay it, you know, sell to close it, and move closer to the strike point of the real time. And, you know, you just, in our case, when we rolled out of it, 2 of those Boeing stocks cost us like $373 to roll out of it. And then we went and did what Jeanette just explained, made like another 11 something.
Oh, it was actually.
No, that was
17. 1,700 bucks.
Yeah.
So as we continue to grow, you'll run into some of those scenarios, right? And so I write everything down that you all send me so that I can inform you, hey, this is out there. Let's make that happen. So you don't have to sit there and wait to think, because basically the gist of it is you don't always have to wait to the expiration date to make money, right? If the stock goes up from your price point, then worthless in the stock world is a good thing. So so as an example, if you bought a strike at 120 and Boeing goes up $19 in one day, say you sold the contract on Monday, Boeing goes up $19 on Tuesday, don't wait till Friday to get out of it. Just buy it back. You may have received $405 to put the contract on. You may receive $500 and say $400 in premium. It may only cost you $50 to buy it back if Boeing goes up that much that fast. So, and there's going to be opportunities like that, you know, once or twice a month that you'll be able to reap some of those benefits too. And I said that Chuck had brought up, hey, why is the number still moving and it's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock? I am going to email everybody this right here. I sent it to myself because I had to go print it off. Let me see. And I'm going to email everybody this document here. Come on. So this is extended hours trading. So it's the session rules, right? So it'll tell you at what times before the market and at what times after the market. I think they allow you to trade up until 8 o'clock. I don't know. I've never been interested in this until now, but I will send this to everybody. The rules and regulations, I would like for everybody to read it and kind of be able to discuss it on Thursday's call. So Thursday's call, we're gonna just see what everybody thought about this document right here. I'm gonna send it to Jeanette right now while we're talking. Hold on, I think I got everybody's email. Hold on. Forward to, I know I got, that's Jeanette, Chuck, Tony. Nope, that's my financial lady. Hey Tony, what's your email start with? I got Dennis.
MIC.
MIC.
Yeah,
okay, there you go.
It is, yeah.
All right, so that should be everybody, all 4. Okay, so I'm gonna send this out, read it. We're gonna talk about it on Thursday. I want to just give everybody input on what they think. Like I said, I don't know if there's different costs, or I've never been interested in it before until Chuck had brought it up. So when you see the numbers still moving around on your phone, actually, I guess it wasn't that popular because before, like 3 or 4 years ago, at 3 o'clock, man, I would see activity stopping like 3:15, 3:30, but it just dawned on me. I was sitting here getting ready for the meeting, and I'm like, man, this stuff's still moving. So this might be the new wave of doing business. So don't want to tune it out. I'm like, if everybody else is playing in that arena, we might as well try to at least know about it and be approved to do it if we need to make something happen. So I'm gonna send this out right now. I think I am. But I don't have a send button. Come on.
Down at the bottom corner. See it down at the bottom?
I can't see it. I got you guys in my. There it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had it covered up with the pictures. All right, so you all have that printed it right off of their website. So is that something you all think you might be interested in? I know Chuck like to trade all night. He don't care what time it is. He want to get him some. Chuck want to get him some action in. If Chuck find $5 on the ground, he want to go home and get it in. He trying to put it in. Chuck was the kid that, he tried to put dollars in the quarter machine. He wanted to ride the pony in front of the Kmart. His mama used to tell him, Chuck, we gotta go. Chuck wanna ride the pony.
Like, I wanted to get in the car, man. I wanted to get in the car.
Chuck wanted to ride the car and get the bubble gum and the popcorn. They started leaving Chuck at home.
And Gerald was just looking at him, shaking his head.
He's like, Chuck, you in high school, man. Let's go.
I was telling him he didn't know what fun was, man.
You in high school. You can't do that no more.
Yeah, Chuck, you're in high school, man. We got to go.
You don't fit.
Chuck said, I'm just going to ride on the top. Chuck just laid on the whole machine. Chuck, there's other kids in the line, man.
Now guess what I'm gonna do with the money I make? I'm gonna go buy me that damn pony.
There you go. I'm gonna see you a pony. So, I know.
Chuck, hey, Chuck, take your money and buy the Kmart, man. And the pony.
Yeah, you can buy Kmart back.
Exactly, Chuck. Dennis. I'm gonna buy the Kmart and the pony now.
There you go.
Hey, Chuck. Hey, on the serious note, hey, Chuck had a revelation happen. Chuck is trying to get some more money in the market. So in doing that, he stumbled across something that he's now in the midst of trying to get rectified. But Chuck, if you don't mind, just tell everybody your situation with Edward Jones.
Okay, yeah. With Edward Jones, we had a Roth IRA over there where
they were charging y'all $34 a month. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, $34 a month. Plus they were, we had contributed, Missy contributed $26K to this IRA over a period of 15 years. We ended up winning but gaining about 10 grand, and then only to go back and to lose 5.
Wow.
So lost 7 total, and then it came back. But over 15 years, made about 5 grand in 15 years. I'm like, man, we could take that same money, and I could make 5 grand in about 2-3 months with the money. Well, actually, I probably could have did it in a month with the money that was in there. And he wasn't too happy. And then when we told him we was going to move it over to TD Ameritrade, he wasn't too happy. He ended up telling me that he would initiate the transfer, but come to find out, he didn't. I just ended up doing it over the TD Ameritrade platform. And he told us that it was going to cost us $95. Did everything possible to keep us from moving it and telling about. Told her she would have to pay taxes on a capital gain, which is not true because all she's doing is taking it from one
Transferring.
IRA to another IRA.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they charging us $95 to get out.
Mm.
But come to find out, TD Ameritrade said, look, if they charge you $95, show us and we'll pay the $95 back to you.
Wow.
That's cool.
Good. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah.
So G, early 2 weeks ago, you said you had read something that had a list of like I guess they was in a number format of risky to more risky to less risky, and options was like number 2.
Yeah.
Now, what Chuck just told y'all is they made $7 grand in 15 years. That's somebody's. That's a long time. And so, when you say what's risky, that's probably the riskiest thing you could do, is let somebody sit there and hold that kind of money for 15 years only to get $7 grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I just wanted to show you the difference of.
I almost want to lose my nonviolence and go beat them.
No, but actually I was really happy because I'm like, oh, I'm making some money.
Yeah.
Because she didn't know anything. She didn't know anything about
really
this side.
Happy too.
But what Missy failed to realize is she was 39 when she gave it to him. Yeah. See, that's the part that make you cry right there.
Yeah.
See, on the way
Okay, Delos, you didn't have to spell it out like that.
on the way back from there, that's when you stop and pick up as much wine as they can sell you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you tell them I want everything on the shelf and the stuff in the back. But
So
no,
it's
it's just
Yeah.
it's just a testimony to so when we talked about that, Chuck and I had spoke about that. I was like, absolutely, him and Missy doing the right thing. Chuck can make that money grow. I think I know he's confident. Tony, Dennis, Daryl, and Jeanette. I mean, you have all made some cash. So like, does anybody know what they've made so far?
Yeah.
In the month.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Yeah.
month?
Well, the month's not over, so for
Hey,
the,
Jeanette.
Hey, Missy.
So I just been in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah, I've made about $500 in 2 weeks.
and he's just started off with the Boeing, so that's probably going to start moving exponentially.
Yeah.
With Tony, with what Tony's doing. Chuck is still collecting Steady Eddie premiums on his.
I'm about 1,300 in now.
1,300 in, so that's not bad for what Chuck is working with, and if he keeps the same guardrails up, you know, you ought to trade the same with a $4,000 account as you do with a $400,000 account. The concept is the same. No need to get fancy and try to do a bunch of smart stuff, right? You can just stay in your lane and stay steady Eddie gains, and you'll be a lot happier at the end of the day. Because
leave that SEO stock that I sent earlier. Leave it alone, Chuck.
it put Chuck to sleep. That Chuck looked like he just woke up.
I was asleep, man.
Missy just picked you up from the daycare.
He was asleep. Yeah, as soon as I came in, he was asleep.
Yeah, I know, cause he had to go to the boys club today. He probably went over there. Yeah,
He shouldn't have went.
All right, I'm muting her now.
Yeah. So hey, with what you all have done so far, what are your comfort level on I'm gonna just do 1 to 10. What is your comfort level? So I'm gonna start with you, Gerald and Jeanette.
My comfort level, I would say a strong 6.57.
Gotcha. Okay. Dennis, your comfort level? I know, Dennis, me and you talked this morning, but hold on, my bad, Jeanette. What's your comfort level?
I'm with Drew because I'm still figuring some things out. I'm a good 7. We made money, so.
Right.
But in the same respect, Delos, I'm mature enough to know that obviously we don't know it all.
Correct.
And as we go through real life experiences, it's like it's the best teacher. You know what I'm saying? Because I learned something. I learned something when we rolled out of that. So I'm almost hesitant to say 7. I understand my lane right now, so I'm strong in that 7 lane right there. But you're revealing like layers, so you know I know that there's more to come. So I don't want to be too aggressive in my number either.
Yeah, no, and that's fair because you're going to continue to learn. There's going to be a lot of things that it's a continuous process. You just want to, you know, grab your little tokens on the way, you know, as you go. And that's an honest assessment. That's pretty good. Actually, that's good. Dennis, where you think you are? If you think you're a 4 or 5, that's we just gonna continue to work at it, man. Keep chopping at the tree.
Okay, with a sharp. But anyhow, well, as long as I got you to hold my hand, I'm at a 9.9. But
we all are.
Yeah. But to be perfectly honest with you, I mean, this stuff is just like it's almost blown my mind, man. It's so much to comprehend and try to learn.
Yeah.
And I'm about a 6. I'm a cautious 6.
Cautious 6.
I'm a cautious 6.
Okay, because Dennis have made some steady gains. Dennis actually made it what he thought was a mistake yesterday. So I was trying to show Dennis on the platform, hey, you can almost trade faster with your phone. You know, before this Corona thing, Dennis was teaching at the YMCA a couple classes. I think he was down there like once a day teaching class. So he was pretty active. He wasn't at home hardly. I would have to catch him in the morning, but he pretty much was be out the house all day. And so just trying to, as Gerald said, give you layers. Started saying, hey Dennis, let's try to make a trade through the phone, through the app on the cell phone. So Dennis walked him through. We on the same screens, and at some point, Dennis' screen turned green while mine was still red, and he hit the button. So Dennis bought a put instead of selling the put, but because the stock had fell down $10, he actually gained money on what he thought was a mistake. Wow. So he called me and was like, hey, I guess he was doing his due diligence last night and was like, hey man, I bought a put. I didn't sell a put. So I said, hey man, no panic. I saw what he did. I knew he had made money, but I wasn't in a position to get him on a laptop to show him. So I knew that he was safe through the night. And so this morning when we talked, I showed him how to. So he bought it. He bought an option to open it, and then what we did was, so he bought it to open it at $3.95. He sold to close it at $5.35. So he actually made that money. And before we got off the phone with him, we actually sold a Boeing put option. So he made money on the reverse side of selling the put. He actually bought a put and made $100 and some dollars. So Dennis has been doing good. His biggest thing too was like, the first time you spend 12 grand on something that some little kid telling you about doing, you kind of hesitate because you like, well, shit, man, what's gonna happen if this don't work? Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause it ain't no going back. Like you hit that button and you like, oh boy. And you probably stand up all day because you like, man, you just waiting on something bad to happen. But Dennis done made quite a few dollars, you know what I mean? And he's been persistent. Every time I call him, he right there, he ready to rock and roll. So Dennis, I've been working with Dennis the longest. So Dennis done made the most money. And once Chuck come over, with his money into the IRA, he's gonna start seeing some of the same results everybody else is seeing. Tony, I know you had your first 2 trades, and so the beauty of it is, right? Nobody lost any money.
Yeah.
So it works, right? And all you gotta do is just stay cautious and stay out of that stuff that Gerald sent. I know Chuck. Even if that ain't what knocked Chuck out, he about to go right back to sleep as soon as he read that text from Gerald.
Yeah.
Those premiums, man, was in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And I opened that up and I'm thinking, whoa, but once you start doing your fundamental analysis, delete. Yeah, but so Tony, like so from what I just showed you all, right? Do you guys think there's an advantage to stagger your trade? Do you also think that there's an advantage to wait till don't do anything on Monday? Just let Monday kind of be Monday. You know, maybe a stock like RCL, maybe you hop in Monday at some time, but you still kind of want to let the yeast rise on some things before you do it, and so you're not the first one into the fire. You know what I mean? And so just little bitty things that you'll take with you along the way that it'll all make sense to you, because that's what happens. Like sometimes we just place the trades too fast and then we don't let anything materialize, and we just we collect $400 and we happy and we move on. But Gerald had a great analogy, right? I think he shared this with Jeanette. When Gerald, I think they collected, for the sake of this conversation, we don't have to be precise, but we'll say right around $1,700. So what he was sharing with Jeanette was, if this was based on a check from a job and you got paid every 2 weeks, this is like, $850 a week.
Yeah.
$850 a week, not bad to just sit at home and pay attention. Because all this is paying attention to what's going on around you. It's all the things you was already tweeting your friends about. You just didn't have no skin in the game. So now these conversations will be a little more, you just paying attention to the things that are going on a little bit more than you did before. I mean, people still putting up stuff on Facebook about companies and all this other stuff. You just looking at it in a different way because you're making money off of it now. It's not just a conversation piece at a barbecue. It's like, no, I'm talking to you about it because, I got interest in what happens next. And that's what it is. You just now are, you got interest in what's going to happen, tomorrow and the next day until you decide you don't want to trade anymore. But at the end of the day, it's just one of those things, like you guys got to pat yourselves on the back, because not a lot of people. And remember when we asked that question, I think it was week 1, why isn't everybody doing this? A, they got the money and no knowledge of what's going on, or they have knowledge of what's going on and don't have any cash. And so that's how we end up, you end up being unique.
But like Dennis was saying too, they got both of them, that they got the knowledge and the money, but they're just scared to jump in.
They scared to jump in. Yep. So that is number 3.
Yeah.
And so you all are unique in a sense that what do most people tell you, or rich people, what they do? Rich people take chances.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm like, well, shit, poor people was taking chances too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, I was just taking the wrong chances.
Mm-hmm.
I was still taking chances. But overall though, is the understanding so far of what you all doing, is it solid? I mean, is there anything in particular you want to key in on before I move to this next thing?
I want you to talk quickly about the position that Boeing is right now. I know you're not concerned, and I'm not concerned because you're not concerned. You and I talked about stories of Boeing moving, I think you said $19 before, when the shareholders or something. I don't need you to get into that because that may bring everybody to a different level. But yeah, the position that Boeing's in right now, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, right? So I'm hoping that I'm not so much keeping an eye out for if they earnings report come back and it's not up to snuff, because we know that those companies are kind of stagnant right now. But what I am interested in addition to Boeing side by side, is if they open back up the economy, can everybody be in position to get some type of test, whether it's this test that they mail to your house, or you can just go, get a swab done at the clinic or at the urgent care center or whatever. I'm more concerned about as we come back, are we gonna remain open, or is it gonna go into a point where it's gonna be like I told you so moment where like we done this too fast and you trying to get everybody back too fast? Because a second round of this could drive Boeing down to like $80, $90. A second round of panic. And so I'm like, man, if they just ease this thing back and people get some normalcy back, Boeing is going to go back to $300 a share.
Right.
So it's a bunch of little tentacles that go with Boeing that you got to still, take into consideration. And that's what I'm watching it all, G, just to make sure. And with all of us here, I mean, we sharing ideas like we do. I mean, if the story come out, it ain't gonna get past all of us.
Right.
So what's the deal? So compared to Boeing, what's the deal with Lockheed? I think Lockheed was like $401 a share.
Yeah. So Lockheed Martin was making more of the fighter jets. So Lockheed Martin got some different contracts that really didn't affect them because Lockheed Martin wasn't really in the commercial airplane business. And so they made fewer of the commercial airliners than Boeing. Boeing makes more commercial airliners, so their customer base is a little bit different. So Boeing's customers and Lockheed Martin, they have some of the same type of customers, but Boeing has more customers. Lockheed Martin, they really wasn't affected by, the coronavirus.
Airlines and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it's a different, same sector, but different type of customer. And all I wanted to do, Dennis, Jeanette, did you have anything in particular?
I think the question that I had, Earl and I were looking at the Thinkorswim, and when we were rolling out of a stock, I believe one of the options was the word roll, and we didn't know the difference.
That's on one of those screens. Is it the position screen at the very bottom? It's
It's basically telling you can roll the same thing what you talked about, roll out.
Okay. Yeah. So if you hit roll, it's gonna send you into another week instead of cashing you out.
Okay.
So if you hit roll, it's gonna give you the option to pick another week to go land in. Instead of cashing you out, it's gonna keep you in, it's gonna cash you out, but roll your money into another week automatically.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you have, when you do that roll and it rolls you into another week, do you have the option of choosing strike points and so forth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you sure do.
Okay.
And so this is what I wanted to share with you all. This is what happens to people who drink at night and take advice from their friends. This here, can you all see this right here? I'm gonna see.
Yeah.
You see that highlighted in yellow?
Yeah.
So you see on the right hand side the gain. You see how I've lost $864?
Yeah.
All right, so we always talk about the money we made and all this other stuff, right? Let's talk about the money we lose. Now, this option is out till 2021, but got outside of my guardrails, listened to a buddy of mine and my wife and said, hey, this Chronos stock, right? It's this weed stock. Oh boy, it's gonna blow up. Weed stock gonna blow up. Delos, you gonna miss out. I'm like, okay, let me go look at it, right? So I did the fundamental analysis and all of that. Not like Gerald said, not one freaking checkbox. Not one. So here I am sitting here. I spent, if you look in the middle of the screen, I spent $954 to put this trade on.
Yeah.
and I bought it basically to say that, hey, the stock is gonna be at $12 by January the 15th, 2021.
Oh, look worse.
I have a funny feeling that I will never see that money again.
Yeah. This is 30.
And the next day when I woke up and saw what I had done, I just started drinking again. Because I couldn't believe that I did it. I said, I'm gonna just stay drunk until January the 15th, 2021. But I have to come in here and see this all the time, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm not ashamed to show it is because it is a firm reminder.
Yeah.
If the fundamental analysis checkbox don't check out, you will be a drunk.
Yeah.
That is for sure. This is a no moment at its very best. And somebody say, oh, somebody being my wife, well, it's not the end of the world.
My wife.
Yeah, okay then.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. It's the end of the world.
You got another year.
Yeah.
Right. I got a whole nother year to let this
That's right.
yeah. And I'm like, this is bizarre. This is the craziest thing I ever want to show y'all. I don't ever want to show y'all nothing that look this stupid in my life. This the last thing I ever show you this dumb.
Can we see that again? Can we zoom in on that?
Just for you, Chuck. Just for you. You want to see that? That's a loss, man. That's when somebody call you and you go, well, they got altar prayer at the church tonight at 6 if you want to meet me down there. I don't think the Lord can help you with that one right there. You just got, but you know, I got a whole year, right? So I'm optimistic. Yeah, I guess I am. But yeah, that's a no-no.
Delos, you could have took your money to Vegas and put it on the don't come on the crap table and probably got better odds.
I'm telling you, man, and I'm gonna go to it. This Chronos group.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of them, right? And your buddies will call you up.
Yeah.
So if you do this this peer comparison, let me see if they'll come up. Nope. But they are there. So here go another one. Tilray. Tilray is another cannabis. They call them pharmaceuticals, but this is another one. You want to see where this was trading at 3 years ago?
Oh.
$40. Hold on, we're gonna go back even further. 3 year, $150. Do you think that all the people like my wife lost their behinds on that stock right there?
Yeah.
And G, none of the fundamental analysis.
Nothing checked.
Nothing. You in there. You in there. Look at this.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Yeah. 14.
No ratios, no
So
hit.
so you'll start to see these bumps in the road, right? Like
Yes, sir.
that's why I tell you all, take it slow, stick to your guns, you'll be okay. When you if Chuck call you up tonight, Gerald, and say, hey man, forget what Delo's talking about, man. We ought to get us, we gotta take everything and roll it on Chronos. Hey Gerald, just get in your car, drive her, and put him down personally. Yeah, and see if I go back to Chronos, right?
Yeah.
Same thing, fundamental analysis. It ain't gonna be there.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be there.
Yeah.
Ain't that gonna be? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason why I told you this, that's an experienced guy making a bad mistake.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to end with that, right? I just wanted to say, hey, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Look at the 52. Look at the 52-week range. $4 to $17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't no meat on the bones, man. But people are optimistic, man, and that's why they still have investors. Because people think, hey man, it's the next Bitcoin. I'm like, well, it might be not Bitcoin, but it's gonna be, you're gonna turn dollars into coins. That's what's gonna happen. Because it's not. So when you have those cannabis stocks, right? You kind of just want to stay clear of them. They don't meet the criteria. So just beware of those kind of trades, right? I just showed you a losing one.
We appreciate that, man. Now we know you human, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Dello.
Uh-huh.
I have a question. Okay, so when he transfers his money over into the Roth IRA, when he starts trading it, because he told me anything that's being traded I could be taxed on, will I be a penalty because I'm not supposed to withdraw anything from 59 and a half? That's what the guy at Edward Jones said.
No, all your profits will just remain in there until you take them.
Oh, okay.
So as long as you don't withdraw any of your gains out of that, you'll be fine.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep. So you don't have to worry about that. Chuck, and two. So everybody, please don't forget that email I sent for that after hours trading. Please look that over. Let's chat about it for the couple first minutes of the call on Thursday, just to see what you all think. I don't know what fees are associated to that, if any. May not be any fees at all. It may just be normal trading fees, but just look that over. Did everybody? So I'm gonna just, before we end, I'm gonna just go over the watch list, right? We're gonna do 5, but everybody kind of had Boeing. A few of you had Roku. Tony had Wynn. Wayfair was out there. Gerald came with Gilead. The symbol is GILD. Gerald also came with Royal Caribbean, which is RCL. He came with Play, which is Dave & Buster's. And NVIDIA is the game chip maker. Dennis had one, guys, that you might want to take a look at. That's Dennis came with the Shake Shack, and the symbol for Shake Shack. From first glance, it kind of had a few of the fundamentals that we need to make a decision on it. But the symbol is SHAK for the Shake Shack. I think Tony also brought up Eli Lilly. Abbott, I'm gonna have to look up and see I don't know what the stock ticker symbol is for Abbott. And then Merck. And Tony, looking at the platform, I guess from what we use here on Zoom, Tony was looking up Zoom too. So that was a total list from everybody on the call. So you guys can kind of mix and match and start looking at, because out of this is where you can kind of grow your 15 list. But we just sharing each other's thoughts and where we are.
Hey, what fire did Chuck have? I forgot he was asleep, wasn't he?
Yeah, Chuck, you did your homework?
Yeah.
Where are you at, Chuck? Are you trying to jump off the porch or something?
Did Chuck have 5?
He can't sit still.
Hey, Chuck, what 5 stocks you want to share?
All right, hang on, let me get to mine.
Man, he ain't done no homework, man.
Yeah.
Man, please. One of my 5 is Gild, G-I-L-D.
Okay.
Hang on. Missy, you can ask that question, babe. Come on.
Didn't y'all have RCL?
Oh, definitely RCL, without a doubt. Cracker Barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's Cracker Barrel's symbol, Chuck?
That's CBRL.
CBRL.
And then also TQQQ.
Is it TQQ or QQQ?
No, it's TQQQ.
Okay.
How many was that?
I think it was 4.
Yeah, I think it was 4, but we'll take it though. We know who we're talking to.
Also, guys, before we go, all of the videos are available on YouTube channels. So when I send you the link for this one tonight, you can subscribe to it so that you can access it.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. I'll go back and take a look too.
Yeah.
All right, everybody get most of those symbols.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, before we close, is there anything anybody want to discuss or share? If not, I'll see you all on Thursday, and look through that email I just sent you all about the after hours trading. So it's not only after hours, it's pre-session and after session trading. So it's from 7 in the morning, and then I think they open it back up after they close at 3. They open it back up at from 4:15 to 8 o'clock at night is what that kind of just skimming over it. Kind of that's the gist of it. But take a look at it, see if it's something you got to apply for, something you want to do. Share your thoughts next week. Thursday with everybody. So everybody have a blessed next couple of days, and I'll be seeing you all later.
All right. Everybody take care.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey.